Like, share, and subscribe.
Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. This is the daily chart. This is a death cross. And I'm going to talk about this because it's pretty relevant to what's going on in the world of Tesla and stocks. Low volume. You bet we got low volume. Today, approximately 85 million shares were bought and sold in Tesla. And that's 14 million less than the day before. And we dropped about 9 million that day. However, it's a good thing today that we dropped shares because it was on falling prices. And so at least we didn't create divergence today. When the stock goes down, the volume should go down and vice versa. And otherwise you get what's called divergence. So, we had a high today at 205.28. If you watch my previous live stream, I said we were going to have a real hard time getting to that 205, and I was right about that, 205.28, and it popped up there and back down so fast your eyes would water. Grandpa, I got rid of a few shares at 205.25, I kid you not, and that was it. And then I was too dumb to sell the rest at 205 and 204.90 or whatever. I battled it all day. It was nasty, just nasty. Didn't make any money today. I would have made a ton of money if I would have dumped them all instead of just partial at the top. But once it was up there, I thought, okay, this thing might do 207, and it sure didn't. It did exactly what Grandpa said it was going to do. You know, Grandpa needs to learn to listen to Grandpa. Grandpa knows stuff. Hey, like, share, and subscribe, and share Grandpa with others. Makes Grandpa happy. Besides that, Grandpa does know stuff. We had a low today of 198.44. I was surprised we didn't go lower. I was really expecting 194 out of this thing. She's weak. We closed at 201.88. The current price is $200.90 after hours. We dipped down some, and actually, we're rebounding, but I think we're going to open real close to where we closed at the 201.88, 201 and a half area. Tomorrow, I think we're going to probably open. Could be wrong, could be right. And I'm not real optimistic about tomorrow. I just think we're going to have a real tough time seeing even 204, 203 and a half, maybe 204. There's a chance she might bounce up to that 205 again, but I just don't. I don't think so. Volume keeps decreasing. Interest in the stock is decreasing, and we've been here for about a month now. Tomorrow's March 1st, by the way. So we got rid of February. February 29th was the last day. So we're into March, and so as far as tomorrow, you know, 203 and a half, 204 and a half, maybe. It's going to top us out, I think, and I think it's going to be an extremely boring day. Maybe 195, 197, 194. Who knows? I just don't know. It's just boring. Okay, let's look at this 50-day moving average. That's this one coming down here. It's dropping almost exactly $1 per day. And today it's at 213.50. Tomorrow it'll be at 212.50. And the reason this is important is coming into next week. So tomorrow we're at 212.50. You take 5 away from that, and that's 207.50. And that'll be next Friday. Okay, 207.50. It should be down right about here. And I'm thinking that sometime next week it might come up and bounce off this line, the 207.50 range. But I was way more optimistic a day or so back than I am now. I'm with this low volume, and we've just. I think we're going to retrace further yet downward. I mentioned that in my last live stream that I'm expecting a good, healthy retracement, and I think that we're going to get it. So it's pretty hard for this line for us to hit 207.5 when the price is down in the 190s, So, but another week after that, it'll be down in the 202 range. And the price will probably be 180 by then. But, Grandpa said 4 weeks ago, several times in live streams, that we were going to run between the 180 and in the low 200s for quite a while. And they're going to bore us to death. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're boring us to death. Even Grandpa is getting bored. She's going to break. It's going to do its thing. And let's look at where it might do its thing too. We can look at this weekly. It's even showing signs of a reversal here upward in the weekly, but it's got too much wick on it. We're just, honestly, I really believe we're looking weak. I'm a buyer at 190, 187, and I'm only gonna buy some and try to unload them and make $3-4 on some, but because see this number down here? That's 10107 down in this yellow deal, this yellow line. 10107, you're going to see that in your future. When, I don't know. This one here is 174. We have substance there. You're going to see that number. 100% you're going to see these numbers. In Grandpa's opinion, all my substances come true. On the top side, we got substance at 269 and 284. March 11th, we'll have had substance for 6 months at 280 right here. 6 months we've had substance there. They're short up there. They're short up there, and they're long down here. They're long there. In the 170, 174 area, I'm expecting I'm hoping, you just don't know, but I'm expecting a good bounce. We also have substance at 252. I'll show you 252 is right about here. We got substance there where they've shorted, and they bought at 152, and we have substance there also. So It's right at the bottom of this line right here. I think we might come down, hit that 152, and just turn around and go back up and come back down and whatever. This year is a buying opportunity, in Grandpa's humble opinion, and we got to get through this Israeli war. If they sign a peace agreement and end that war over there, Tesla can look pretty good in a hurry. There's also worries with Tesla in regard to their China, and the U.S. is talking about doing sanctions against China, and there's huge worries about China retaliating and not letting their chips that they make for the world go out. That, and a lot of these EV makers, way more than Tesla, rely on these Chinese chips for their vehicles. And it will affect Tesla also, though, very dramatically, but not nearly as much as the other EV makers that are just getting pummeled. They're just getting pummeled. Ford's adoption of the charging station is taking effect now, not only in the U.S., but also in Canada and elsewhere. They were talking about that today. And Grandpa don't know. Divergence. Yipper. Yeah, she's dropping $1 a day. And, at some point we're going to come up and hit this 50 moving average. And odds are when we hit it, we're going to bounce back down and bounce up and hit it until we can finally break it. And then once we finally break it, then it'll act as support for us, and we're off to the races to go after the 200-day moving average. And that's the way they do stuff. So, okay, I think Grandpa's talked enough. I'm really under the weather. I can't even tell you. I wish I could tell you something different, but there ain't nothing different to say. Okay, all good things are from the Lord, and Lord willing, Grandpa will get better one day. Oh, little Brianna's still doing doctoring, and little Natalie's doing real good. And little Brianna, they're got some monitor they're going to stick on her for like a year, a heart monitor deal. So they could try to get a handle on it, because the frequency of her passing out is happening more often now. So keep her in your prayers, and Natalie too. And Grandpa and Grandma's anniversary is coming up here on March 3rd. I think we've been married almost 100 years. Seems longer than that. Poor Grandma. Nobody should suffer that much. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.